Hello traders, this is Blake Morrow and you are listening to the week ahead video for January 3rd, 2021. I hope everybody's having a great New Year's. I hope you had a great and safe New Year's celebration with your family and friends or maybe just family or bubble like us. We did actually spend New Year's with some friends, but it was it was a bubble. They've been our quarantine bubble folks. So I hope you guys just had a safe New Year, really. And I'm really looking forward to 2021. 2021 is going to be an exciting one, probably for currencies, and I'll talk about the reason why. But before I do that, I just want to say if you haven't tried out Forex Analytics, now's the time to do it. We haven't put in our new pricing. It should be going up on Monday. Our new pricing will be a very significant discounted amount for not only the monthly plans, but also the semi-annual and the annual plans. We do that for our existing clients. This way they can get, a better pricing since they've been with us for a long period of time. Also, we offer those, to new clients as well. But if you're watching this video right now and you still see the $1 for 10 days, try it out. Because you can't take a trial when the pricing changes for the next couple of weeks. Whenever we offer the discounted amount, you're just not going to be able to take a trial. You'll have to buy 1 month, get 1 month free, and that's going to be the most inexpensive way to try out Forex Analytics. We've been doing it this way for years, so take advantage of it right now. Okay. Now let's talk about what we're expecting going into this next year. And I was actually just reading this analyst, a piece from this analyst. He was talking about his 10 plus years of experience at Jefferies, and the one thing he pointed out, and I want to bring this up because I think it's such a big deal for us as currency traders. He's like, the policy response from the Fed was immediate and it was shocking. And if you look at the market's reaction this year to the pandemic, I know most people, your average person is scratching their head and they're like, how is it that the stock market is at highs and, we're going through a pandemic and so many people have lost their jobs? This is all Fed policy response. That's all this is. The Fed has opened up the floodgates, if you will, to buying almost everything under the sun, almost. And, put in a bunch of programs with acronyms that most of us, can't remember, and several different facilities they've established or reestablished, and that has propped up the markets. And the reason why this is an important reflection and retrospect that you need to take at the end of the year or the beginning of a new year is just realize that the Fed's got the markets back. Now, does that mean that the Fed won't let the air out of the bubble at some point? No, they will. And this might be the year where we see some backfilling in the markets. I take a look around and again, we're just discussing really more of, I'm trying to just give you more of a discussion of, 2021 or what we're going to look at, but I actually will go into specific currencies. So don't think I won't. So the one thing I want to point out about 2021 is we're probably going to start seeing some inflation expectations rise, and the Fed's going to try to pare back some of their facilities, and as the economy stabilizes. And we've seen it in years past what happens to the markets when the Fed doesn't or reduces liquidity. You get what we called, a few years back, a taper tantrum, and that will happen. And we might see inflation expectations rise. We might see, growth stabilize. The Fed says, we don't need to keep rates this low. Rates start to move higher. Maybe some of the front end, the shorter term rates start to move higher as rate expectations start to rise. And we'll probably see some equity market pullbacks. You're going to see the S&P probably, pull back to 3,500, maybe to 3,200. You'll see these 10% corrections, maybe 15% corrections, but just remember, any meaningful correction, it's probably going to be followed up by expectations that the Fed will come in and do whatever they need to do to keep asset prices stable. I know that's not their mandate, but it's kind of a byproduct of what the Fed does. Now, when you're talking about just the S&P as currency traders, we start thinking, well, what does that mean for the dollar? Well, what that probably means for the dollar, guys, is the dollar may have bounces, but I want to point out longer term, the dollar's got some technical issues. We have a lower high on a weekly and monthly basis, and longer term, the dollar's probably going lower. So what that means is any meaningful bounce in the dollar this year, whether you see the dollar move back to 92 or it moves back towards 94, is probably going to find some sellers, and that's going to provide us great opportunities to sell dollars at higher prices if we get that type of a move, which, as stocks come down, the immediate effect to the dollar is to buy the dollar on risk aversion, and that's what the dollar is going to be doing. The dollar will make, counter trend moves in risk off type of scenarios, but I think that the dollar will be quick to fall again. So what that also means in the euro dollar is if we're seeing moves in the euro, let me get rid of this really quick. We see moves in the euro and we see pullbacks in the euro. They're not going to be significant. I mean, you might see a pullback to 120. You might get a pullback towards, 118 before it bounces. Those are the types of moves that we've got to look at, reestablishing dollar shorts on bigger pullbacks that we may see. And I think it's entirely possible this year that we do see those types of pullbacks. One of the things that I want to point out, though, is where the sterling closed. And if you're not a fan of buying dollars, which I get, you look at the dollar and you look what's happening in the dollar and how bearish it is, even though it may bounce. You may not want to play the dollar to the long side because you're like, well, I'll just wait for it to look, to the euro to get back down to 120, and then I'll be a buyer of euros and seller of dollars. Well, I think, one of the best plays out there is going to be the sterling. And you might say, well, I don't really want to, buy the pound up here. I think the pound's breaking out. And I think it's the sterling looks extremely bullish. We've broken out of this descending wedge, and it looks extremely bullish. And if you don't want to play the sterling or the dollar, you want to just get rid of the dollar. Maybe the euro sterling is going to be the better trade for a possible short. Moving forward, you might have the euro sterling come back down towards the to 80, 86, 84, 82, pence level. So those are types of things that I'm thinking just going into the beginning of the year as we, are dealing with, I want to say at this point in time, and by the way, I am looking at the charts via TradingView because our team is wrapping up the analysis over the holidays and putting fresh new charts onto Forex Analytics and fresh new analysis. So some of the analysis is going to be, well, all the basic technical analysis will be updated over the weekend. So that's why I'm spending the time drawing for you over here. But I just want to say that I think that the dollar might be ready to stage a bounce, but I think the bounce will be temporary. And just as you see pullbacks in equities, the equity markets might have a little bit of a pullback, but the pullback should be very well supported. It's going to be a lot harder this year than it has been the second half of last year where you just bought risk and got long. I think that we're going to see a lot more of consolidation of these massive gains that we've seen in 2020, especially in equities, as inflation expectations continue to rise. In my opinion, You're going to see, assets like, Bitcoin, which, by the way, Bitcoin is at all-time highs right now and very strong. We're above the 161% extension of the previous last 3-year move. But you see Bitcoin, and you're going to see gold probably continue higher, and silver and other, assets like that will probably retain a decent bid. And currencies, in my opinion, are going to be much more volatile this year, as all central banks have pretty much normalized or gotten rates to where people will start to think that, certain central banks will start to move off the zero bound, whether it's, the Fed or the ECB or, the Bank of England or whatever. So I think we're going to start to see more volatility in currencies going into 2021. And that's great, especially if you're a Forex Analytics subscriber. So guys, take this advantage to try out Forex Analytics. Don't forget to do it. And, if you want to try to get Forex Analytics for free for a few months, then open a Pepperstone account. And if you open a Pepperstone account, you're outside of the US or Canada, use this link right here. You can actually open a Pepperstone account and get Forex Analytics for free for a period of time. All right. I do have to mention before we go that we do have a couple of key developments going into this next week for currencies. We have, and remember, it's going to be the beginning of the year. Volatility is going to start to pick up. Liquidity is going to start to come back. But we do have a Canadian and U.S. jobs report on Friday, which might put some volatility into the FX market. So, I know as far as I'm concerned, I'm really looking forward to that going into 2021, is to get volatility back. Hey, by the way, I thought I'd spend just a second also highlighting a couple things on Forex Analytics. If you guys haven't seen this, we've added a couple new features. You can actually access live charting through Forex Analytics now, and it's kind of nice because you can see it. You can make it bigger, smaller. You can pop it out. Right in Forex Analytics, which is nice. Also, you'll notice that we do have Live Squawk integrated with Forex Analytics. Coming up at the beginning of this year, we're going to have a discounted price for the audio Live Squawk. So for those of you that want a Squawk service, you'll be able to get a discounted amount being a Forex Analytics subscriber. So just keep that in mind. And also, I had to mention, if you are using Forex Analytics, make sure you're going to our chat rooms, which is it's located right next to your avatar on the upper right hand corner. Make sure you visit our chat room. That's where myself and the rest of the team are throughout the course of the trading day. But more importantly, actually download the mobile app when you're using Forex Analytics. So this way you have the analysis on your mobile device. So when, certain levels and resistance levels and support levels are being breached, those notifications come directly to your mobile device. So if you don't happen to be in front of your computer and you're because it's a 24-hour market, you happen to get notified while you're on the go. So, download the app. It's all included with the Forex Analytics product, no matter if you're using the premium version or the light version. So guys and gals, I'm really looking forward to an exciting 2021 with you. And for those of you that are Forex Analytics members, thank you very much for your support. And if you guys have liked this video and you think it's going to be beneficial going into this first week of the year, make sure you give us a thumbs up on YouTube, and give us a follow on YouTube as well. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our great content that we provide for free throughout the course of the week. And also share this with your friends, your trading buddies. Share this video on social media. We'd all appreciate it. Those of us that produce these for you each and every week. So guys and gals, have a great first week of the year. I'll look forward to seeing you on the F.A.C.E webinar. If you don't know how to register for the F.A.C.E webinar right now, you can find it in the link in the description of this video. You can go to forexanalytics.com, see all the webinars that we do. The F.A.C.E webinar is the free webinar that we do every single morning, and you'll get my thoughts, my ideas, and the rest of our teams there each and every day for free. So I'll see you there. You guys have a great day and have a great week. My name is Blake Morrow. Talk to you soon.